Yo, what's up, guys? Today we'll be making our, since today's the NFL season debut, we
Already.
are going to be doing our award predictions, standing predictions, and just who we think is going to perform well in each game for week one. So, do you want to do your awards first?
So I'll go through mine and then I'll go through one and then you tell me yours and then I'll just go
Yeah,
to the next one. So my MVP. Actually we'll do MVP last. Which one do you want to do first?
I don't care.
All right, I'll do offensive player of the year, I guess. So
Okay.
my my offensive player of the year is Christian McCaffrey. He had 1,000 rushing yards, 1,000 receiving yards, and I think with a better quarterback, I think he's just going to add to that, and I think he's definitely going to win it. You probably have like Michael Thomas.
So shockingly, I have a quarterback winning offensive player of the year. Not the same one I have winning MVP though. I
Oh,
have Lamar Jackson winning offensive player of the year.
okay.
Ravens are going to be the best team in the NFL. Obviously, Lamar Jackson had an amazing year last year, won MVP. I think he's going to improve those stats, but I do not think that
That he'll
he
win
will be the
MVP.
MVP. Yeah.
Okay, that's okay. So this is my defensive player of the year is where a lot of people might disagree, but I have T.J. Watt winning defensive player of the year. Um, he had I think he had somewhere between like 14 sacks last year or something like that. Few forced fumbles, interceptions. He's amazing. He's gonna turn out to be like his brother. I can guarantee you. Who's your pick?
So I have this guy. He was really good, top five pick. Not last year, or the year before that, or the year before that, or the year before that. But he was a top five pick. He's really good. He didn't have the greatest year last year, but he's
I've
gonna bounce
guessed.
back. I have Khalil Mack.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna guess. That's a solid pick. I could see him winning it.
Yeah.
Okay, defensive rookie of the year. I actually have a tie. I could see either of these players winning it. I think this is in my opinion, the two best defensive players in the draft. I have Chase Young and Isaiah Simmons. Both were
Yeah.
drafted in the lottery for a reason. I think Simmons is the most versatile player in this draft, but I think Chase Young is overall the best player in this draft. So I could see either of them taking it, honestly.
I have Isaiah Simmons.
Yeah,
Same things
I
you.
figure.
He came out of college as a linebacker. The Cardinals are going to start him at safety.
Yeah,
He could
he
realistically
could play anywhere.
line. He can do anything new. He could probably play running back.
He probably
He's
could.
like 5'2", 260". Probably not that much. I'm probably like
Ridiculous.
he's big. Um.
Okay.
Okay. Offensive rookie of the year.
Well, this is pretty easy to me. I have Joe Burrow. Just because he fits right into the starting role, and I just think he's gonna flourish with what the Bengals have. I mean, they don't really have much right now, but I still think he's gonna have a really good year.
Hey, they have a receiver core.
What?
AJ. They have a solid receiver core. AJ Green, Tyler Boyd, John
T.
Ross.
Higgins. It's not bad. Okay, who's your pick?
Mine. I think
Oh,
he's going to be one of the best running backs in the league overall. I think he's going to have a rookie season like Saquon did 2 years ago. I,
that's a good pick. I think he's gonna burst out too.
yeah,
He's the
he's going to
starter
be.
because Damian Williams is hurt or not hurt. He opted out. Okay,
Yeah.
coach of the year. The reason I have this guy is because I think they're going to be one of the best teams in the league for the second straight year. I have Kyle Shanahan as coach of the year. I
He was my second.
I think him and the whole team just have a huge system going on, and I think he's like a perfect fit for that team. Like I think he's going to be there for a while, and I have
Um,
him. I'll probably have him winning the award multiple times
my
if he
top
stays there.
five, but I have Sean McDermott winning it. I think you could give it. He is one of the best coaches in the league, and you can't disagree with that.
He
He's the
is.
man.
He's good.
He's the main reason for the Bills' success, in my opinion.
I do think he's a really good coach, honestly. I think he's actually.
Oh my God, one of the best front office.
Going out and getting Stephon Diggs and Josh Norman. He's all right.
Josh gonna play Sunday most likely. He's doubtful.
No, I'm not surprised. Okay, comeback player of the year. You can probably guess who I have.
Cam Newton, I'm gonna have a stroke.
It is Cam Newton. He played.
Oh, you're frozen.
You're frozen too. Okay, we're good. But I have Cam Newton as my comeback player of the year. He played 2 games last year, had like 500 yards and an interception. When he gets back this year, great offensive line, great coaching. I think he's going to fit in right with the run game and the passing game, although he doesn't have many weapons. But who's yours?
I have Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford's
Okay.
always been a really like you just can't stay super healthy. But
And
I
his
think
team
Matt
can't win
Stafford's
anything?
yeah, and he has Kenny Galladay, Marvin Jones, Danny Mendola, T.J. Hawkinson,
DeAndre Swift.
Kerryon Johnson. He's got a whole offensive weapons. But
He should definitely be better this year than he was last year.
MVP.
He only played
Who you got?
8 games last year, and he looked like an MVP candidate. Like, he threw like 2,500 yards, like 20 picks, and like 5 interceptions. He was looking really nice, and then he got injured. Was out for the rest of the year. I was kind of sad. Huh?
20 touchdowns,
What did I say?
20 picks. I was gonna say,
Oh,
geez,
yeah.
if you throw 20 games,
20 touchdowns, 5 picks. Okay. MVP. My MVP is Russell Wilson. I think that with an upgraded O-line, his weapons getting improved, I think that he is going to have probably somewhere around 5,000 passing yards. He should have more touchdowns this year because he's going to have more time to throw, and his weapons are improved. So he got Greg Olsen, still has Chris Carson, still has Lockett and Metcalf. So I definitely think he's going to take it home.
Will Disley was really good before.
Exactly, he's coming back too. All right, who's your MVP
Okay.
pick? I'm excited to see this.
Well, as they say, great minds think alike. I have Russell Wilson as my MVP.
Hey, let's go.
Same things you said, all of that. I honestly think DK Metcalf's going to be a top 5 receiver in the league this year. I think he's going to break out, maybe for like 1,200 yards, 6 touchdowns. Tyler Lockett's been good for. I really like Tyler Lockett. Greg Olsen has always been good since he was even on the Bears when
he's still good.
Yeah, exactly. But he's just a really solid player. Oh my God, you froze me again.
I'm frozen.
Okay. You were.
All right, let's go to our standings predictions. So, how do you want to do this? Do you want to go by division or do you want to go by conference?
Go by division.
Okay. You just go through what you have the team being, and I'll just tell you what I have them being in what place in the division. Okay.
I only put I'm gonna go 1st to 4th in the division, and I only put their seed if they made the playoffs.
Okay.
Okay, so first in the AFC East, I have the Bills going 11-5 and getting the 4 seed.
What is happening with your computer?
What?
You're just like, is that mine? Hold on. Never mind. You have the Bills going 11-5 and getting the 4 seed.
Mm-hmm.
I have the Bills going 11-5 and getting the 3 seed.
I have the Pats going 10-6 and getting the 5 seed.
I have the Pats going 10-6 and getting the 6 seed.
I have the Dolphins going 7-9 and missing the playoffs.
I have the Dolphins going 3-13 and getting the 15 seed.
I have 5-11 and missing the playoffs.
I have the Jets going 7-9 with a 10 seed.
In the AFC North, I have the Ravens going 14-2 and getting the 1 seed because they have the easiest schedule in the league this year.
I have them going 13-3 with the 2 seed. You can probably guess what I have with the 1 seed.
6 seed.
What's their record?
10-6.
I have them going 11-5. I am really high on the Steelers this year, and I have them as a 5 seed.
I have the Browns going 9-7 and missing the playoffs.
Exactly the same for me.
I had the Bengals going 7-9 and missing the playoffs.
I have them going 5-11 and also missing the playoffs.
So this is my underdog team this year. I have the Colts going 12-4 and 3 seed.
I have them going 11-5, making the 4 seed.
I had the Titans going 10-6 and getting the 7 seed.
Whoa. I have them going 7-9 and missing the playoffs.
I had the Titans going 8-8 and missing the playoffs.
I have the Texans going 9-7 and being the 7 seed.
I had the Jags going 3-13 and missing the playoffs.
That's exactly the same for me as well.
If the Jaguars make the playoffs, I will give everyone who likes, comments, and subscribes $100. On God.
Exactly.
So AFC West, I have the Chiefs going 13-3 and getting the 2 seed.
I have them going 13-3 and getting the 1 seed.
I have the Chargers going 9-7 and missing the playoffs.
Whoa. I have the Chargers going 3-13 and missing the playoffs. I have them as dead last in the AFC. Yeah. Yeah.
Going 7-9 and missing the playoffs.
Who?
Raiders.
I have them going 5-11 and missing the playoffs.
I have the Broncos going 7-9 and missing the playoffs.
I have them going 8-8 and missing the playoffs. I had them in the playoffs until yesterday when they lost Von Miller, and now they're not going to make the playoffs, I guarantee you.
Portland side.
Yeah, we don't even know if he's okay or not. He might. I don't know if he'll be out for the entire season, but he might miss some of it.
Okay, NFC, I have the Eagles going 12-4 and being the 3 seed.
I have them going 10-6 and being the 4 seed.
I have the Cowboys going 11-5 and getting the 7 seed.
7 seed, 11-5. Wow. I have the Cowboys going 8-8 and missing the playoffs.
I have the Giants going 3-13 and missing the playoffs.
Me too.
I have the Redskins going 2-14 and missing the playoffs.
I have them going 4-12 and missing the playoffs.
NFC North, I have the Packers going 12-4 and getting the 4 seed.
Excuse me. I have the Packers going 10-6 and getting the 7 seed.
Vikings going 10-6 and missing the playoffs.
Oh my God. I have the Vikings going 11-5 and getting the 3 seed.
I have the Bears going 8-8 and missing the playoffs.
I have the Bears going 4-12 and missing the playoffs.
I have the Lions going 7-9 and missing the playoffs.
I have the Lions going 3-13 and missing the playoffs.
I have the Saints 13-3, the 1 seed.
I have the Saints being 14-2 as the 2 seed. Tied for the best team in the league.
I had the Bucks going 13-3 and being the 5 seed.
Whoa. I have them going 11-5 and being the 6 seed.
I had the Falcons going 11-5 and missing the playoffs.
Oh my God, 11-5. I have them going 6-10 and missing the playoffs.
I had the 13 and missing the playoffs.
You have them going what?
3-13.
I have them going 2-14.
I have the Niners 13-3.
I have them being 14-2 and the 1 seed.
I have the Seahawks going 12-4 and the 6 seed.
I have them going 12-4 and the 5 seed.
I have the Cardinals going 11-5 and missing the playoffs.
I have the Cardinals going 9-7 and being the 8 seed.
I had the Rams going 8-8 and missing the playoffs.
I have the Rams going 7-9 and missing the playoffs. Do you want to go through?
I'll go through the whole playoffs, and then you go through your whole playoffs.
Okay.
So the AFC, I had the Bills beating the Patriots, Steelers beating the Colts, Chiefs beating the Titans. Then I have the Steelers beating the Ravens and the Chiefs beating the Bills, and I have the Chiefs going to the Super Bowl against the Steelers. In the NFC, I had the Niners beating the Cowboys, Seahawks beating the Eagles, and Buccaneers beating the Packers. Saints beat the Seahawks, Niners beat the Buccaneers, and the Niners beat the Saints. Then we have a Super Bowl rematch. But this year, the Niners take it.
Okay. I have the Steelers beating the Colts, the Bills beating the Patriots, the Ravens beating the Texans. Then I have the Ravens beating the Bills, the Chiefs beating the Steelers. Then I have the Ravens beating the Chiefs and going to the Super Bowl. And in the NFC, I have the Seahawks beating the Eagles, Buccaneers beating the Vikings, and Saints beating the Packers. And then I have the Saints beating the Seahawks and the 49ers beating the Buccaneers. Then I have the Saints beating the 49ers, and I have the Saints winning the Super Bowl this year. I think they're no doubt the best team in the league. I think that they will demolish everybody, especially with Malcolm Jenkins and Emmanuel Sanders as well. I think they're going to dominate.
Okay, let's talk about week 1. Okay, so tonight I have the Chiefs beating the Texans 24-10. I don't
Let
see
me
the Texans
look.
anything offensively, honestly, but I think Mahomes will come out and put on a show, going for 333 yards, 3 touchdowns, and throwing 1 interception.
I could see that for sure.
Um, honestly,
Hold on. Let
I
me
don't
get
think
my.
a performance, but I do think that all 3 of his touchdowns will go to different people. I think one will go to Kelsey, who will have over 100 yards, and Sammy Watkins and Demarcus Robinson will both have over 50 yards.
Okay.
But I don't see very good tonight. But the Chiefs' defense is going to be another reason that they win this game.
So I have the Chiefs winning 30-17. I think that both quarterbacks are going to have a really good game, but I just think that the Chiefs are a way better team, and I don't think that honestly, I don't think the Texans have a chance.
Oh, meaning
As much as I hate to say it, but I don't know. But I didn't write down everybody's individual stats, but obviously Mahomes is going to do good because he does every game.
So Bills Jets, I have the Bills blowing the Jets out, but I think it's going to be an all offensive game. 43-29 Bills.
Okay.
I think Darnold will have a good game. He'll throw over 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, but he will throw 1 interception to Trey White. Jamison Crowder will probably be the main person on that offense, probably getting over 100 yards and scoring 1 of those touchdowns.
That'll
I think
probably be how it'll be the entire year.
Josh Allen will have his best game ever, over 300 yards, 4 touchdowns, maybe over 350 yards. Diggs will show out in his first game, 70 yards and a touchdown. John Brown will have a touchdown. Dawson Knox, Singletary. The Bills' offense is going to be amazing this year.
So I have the Bills winning 35-21 over the Jets. I don't think the Jets can compete with the Bills, at least not this year. I think the Bills are a top 5 team in the league, and I just think the Jets are still rebuilding with losses of Jamal Adams and C.J. Mosley. I don't think that they're going to be very good this year. I still have them missing the playoffs.
Falcons Seahawks. I have the Falcons winning on a game-winning field goal by HOU-KC, 30-28.
Whoa.
Russell Wilson, obviously, we both have him as an MVP candidate. He's going to lose the first game, in my opinion, obviously. But I have him going for over 250 yards and 3 touchdowns. Chris Carson, I think he's going to be an amazing running back this year. Over 150 yards and a touchdown. Lockett will have a touchdown with over 100 yards. Julio's obviously going to do good. I think he could potentially get over 150 yards.
Julio does good also.
Gurley will get over 100 yards and touchdown. Okay, so this is a hot take. But I think Matt Ryan's going to have one of the best games by a quarterback ever.
What's he going to have?
500 yards, 3 touchdowns, and interception. Over 500.
So I have this game being close, but I have the Seahawks winning 27-20. Like you said, Russell Wilson's an MVP candidate. I think both quarterbacks are going to have a duel in this game. I could see both quarterbacks getting 300 yards plus, and I could see multiple receivers getting over 1,000 yards, or not 1,000, 100 yards in this game, for sure.
It's the franchise.
Okay, next game.
Bears-Lions. I have the Lions sneaking this one out, 31-24. Mitch Trubisky, I think he'll have a good game, honestly. I think he can get over the 300-yard mark and throw 2 touchdowns and an interception. Allen Robinson, I think he's going to go. I think he'll have a pretty good game. Anthony Miller. All the guys I'm saying, if you're watching this before Sunday, I'd put in your fantasy lineup because I'm pretty smart, just so you know. But, yeah. Matt Stafford, I think he'll have a very good game because the Bears only really have Eddie Jackson and Kyle Fuller. Their passing defense isn't the greatest. Put Kenny Golladay in that lineup. That's a smart idea.
Okay, so I have the Lions winning this game on a game-winning field goal, 21-18. I don't think either of these teams are very good, so that's why I kind of have it low scoring. But Mitch Trubisky is not that good. I'm excited to see Matt Stafford come back with the weapons that he has. So I hope the Lions win some more games this year because I want to see them do good.
Okay, so this is going to come as a shock. I think that Sunday, Packers will destroy the Vikings 38-0.
Whoa.
Aaron Rodgers, I think it's gonna be all about the Packers defense just destroying the Vikings. I think Aaron Jones will come out and score 2 touchdowns. Jamal Williams is definitely gonna be that they're gonna have the two-headed monster of Jamal. Last year he got hurt week 4, I think, and
Yeah.
it wasn't the same when he came back. I think he'll come back stronger than ever. I don't think the Vikings are going to score touchdowns, so don't put any of them in your fantasy lineup.
But you took Adam Thielen in our
Yeah,
fantasy league. So I basically have this being the opposite. I have this final score being 25-16 Vikings. I don't think the Packers are going to do this that good, as good as last year at least. I just don't think Aaron Rodgers has enough weapons. The only weapons that he has are really Aaron Jones and Devontae Adams. I don't even know who their second string wide receiver is. I don't even like Marcus Valtos Scantling, I guess you could say. But everybody else is just garbage.
I think
And
I'm taking 1 touchdown, so I'm going to change it to 38-7.
okay. And the Vikings, they just got Yannick Ngakoue. They still have Anthony Barr, Anthony Harris, what's his name? Harrison Smith. I think the Vikings are just an all-around better team, in my opinion. And I think they take game 1.
I had the Patriots beating the Dolphins 20-17.
Dang, close game.
I think Sony Michel's going to have a really good game. He'll probably score maybe multiple touchdowns. Put the Patriots defense in your lineup. Ryan Fitzpatrick is
Probably going to throw at least 2 picks.
I have him throwing 4 interceptions.
Yeah, definitely. I have the Patriots winning 28-12. No bias. It is my favorite team. I'm really, really, really excited to see Cam Newton play. I've never been more excited to watch a Patriots player play in my entire life. Can't wait. I just can't wait to see everybody back. I can't wait to see David Andrews back on the field. I can't wait to see N'Keal Harry back on the field. I can't wait to see Sony Michel, Julian Edelman. I'm excited to watch the whole team play. And I'm excited to watch them win.
So, I have the Eagles beating the Red football team.
Washington football team?
24-13. Carson Wentz throwing 3 touchdowns, 1 to Miles Sanders and 2 to Jalen Reagor. I think Jalen Reagor is going to have a pretty good rookie season. But Miles Sanders, definitely put him in your fantasy lineup. He is questionable
Miles
for
Sanders
Sunday,
is a baller.
but he's a baller because he went to Penn State.
All right, so I kind of have this game being a blowout. I have this final score being 30-10 Eagles. I think it would be a better outcome for the Washington football team if they started Alex Smith at quarterback, but they're starting Dwayne Haskins, and I don't think that's a good move at all unless he takes a huge jump. I see him being the worst starting quarterback in the league this year, and I see the Washington football team struggling yet again this year. Maybe getting –
Oregon.
I forgot how many wins I have them at. I think I have them at like 4. So I don't think they're going to be very good.
So did you hear why people are saying Daniel House has been out the last 2 games?
Yeah, he's something about he sneaked a girl into the freaking bubble or whatever.
Knocked the girl into the bubble and she tested positive for COVID.
That's tough.
If that ruins your championship season, I'm going to kill someone.
Me too.
No, FBI, if you're watching this, I did not mean that. Don't come. Raiders, Panthers, I have the Raiders winning 32-14.
I have this game being really close.
Panthers just aren't a good team. I mean, the Raiders aren't either. But I think Derek Carr and Derek Waller will be able to connect. McCaffrey is going to run all over their defense, but I don't think it'll be enough to win.
That's the only reason why I have it being close.
Josh Jacobs, definitely put him in your fantasy lineup too.
So I have the final score being 19-18, and I have the Raiders winning. Like Elliot said, the only reason I have this game being close is because Christian McCaffrey is basically going to keep the Panthers in most of the games this year because he's like their clear-cut best player with Luke Kuechly retiring.
Their second best player, Juwan Short, who's like an 82.
Yeah, and like DJ Moore or debatably Teddy Bridgewater. But the only reason it's close is because I think Josh Jacobs and McCaffrey are going to battle. I think they're both going to have like 150 yards and probably a touchdown.
Colts Jags. I have the Jags squeaking this one out. 23-17
Oh, that's
playoffs,
a
but
shocker.
I think that the Jaguars will pull one of the biggest upsets of week one, if not the biggest.
Yeah, I have this game being the complete opposite again.
I don't really see anyone doing amazing besides maybe T.Y. Hilton. But besides that,
I have this final score being 31-8 Colts. I have Phillip Rivers just demolishing the entire Jaguars defense. I think he's going to throw for probably about either 3 or 4 touchdowns. I think he's going to find a bunch of receivers like Ty, Mo Alley Cox, Michael Pittman, Jack Doyle. I wouldn't be surprised if he found 3 out of the 4 of those this season. Michael Pittman's my favorite player on the Colts.
I have Cox because he used to play basketball at VCU. Who comes to St. Bonaventure, and I live close to there. And
I forgot he used to play basketball. That's so
he was
cool.
like
He
15.
was really good.
Hate when he would come to the Riley Center. He was so good.
All right, we got 7 games left. I'm pretty sure.
Uh,
Yes.
I have this one being a complete blowout by the Ravens, 35-13. Start Marquise Brown. I started him this week. I think he's going to go off for 2 touchdowns. Only 2 that Lamar's going to throw. Start Mark Ingram. He's going to be really good. The Browns' defense is god-awful. So,
I have this game being an offensive shootout. I have both teams combined scoring 80 points. I have the final score being 45-35 Ravens. The only reason I have the Browns so high up is because I think they have so many weapons that it's going to be hard for any defense to come keep up with them. If you have that many weapons on your team, it's like I said, it's going to be hard for any team to keep up with them. And if they're bad this year, I think it's time to get rid of Baker because if they're bad this year, he's definitely the problem because you can't be bad with that many weapons and that good of an offensive line, in my opinion.
Chargers Bengals. I have this one being a pretty good game, 37-27 Bengals. Joe Burrow wins his debut. I think Tyrod Taylor will actually be pretty good. Joe Burrow is going to have an amazing rookie showing, 300 yards, 2 touchdowns. I think Joe Mixon will do really good. I think John Ross will score a touchdown. If you're looking for an underrated pick, definitely start Austin Eckler for the Chargers.
Yes, he's so underrated.
But yeah.
I also have the Bengals winning this game, 30-24. I think Joe Burrow is also going to have a good game. He's probably going to throw at least 2 or 3 touchdowns. I can see one going to A.J. Green, maybe a screen for Joe Mixon, maybe what's his name, Tyler Boyd. I think Tyrod is also going to do very well in his first start in the league since 2018 with the Browns. Or I don't know if he played a game last year or not. Maybe he played 1 or 2 if Rivers was hurt. But these are 2 of the worst teams in the league, in my opinion. So not really competing for much, I guess.
Saints Bucks. I have this one being an amazing game, 31-28 Saints. I think Brady will
probably the best game of the week.
I think Breeze will throw 400 yards, but Tom Brady's going to throw 4 touchdowns. Mike Evans is doubtful for Sunday, but I don't think that'll matter because they have Godwin, Gronk, Howard, Fournette. But I do think the Saints will pull this one out.
I agree with you. I think the Saints are going to win 40-34. I think this is going to be all offense, no defense. I think both quarterbacks are going to throw 4 touchdowns at least. I think Brady's probably going to throw a couple to Gronk, Godwin. If Mike Evans plays, it's going to be hard for them to win if Mike Evans doesn't play because he's kind of like their best player. But the Saints are, in my opinion, are the best team in the league, so it's going to be hard for anybody to beat them.
Cardinals, Niners. I have the Cardinals winning 35-31. Start Kyler Murray in fantasy this week. Definitely primed to score all the touchdowns for the Cardinals, passing and rushing. I could definitely see him doing that. I don't really have much else to say besides Deebo Samuel is doubtful.
Yeah. So I have
But
this game being close as well. I have it being 28-21 to the 49ers. I think this is going to be more of a defensive game. I think that the 49ers defense is going to score a touchdown in this game, and I think Kyler Murray is going to throw 2, maybe 3 touchdowns. Yeah, that's all I have to say.
Cowboys
Lost my
Rams, I
train of thought.
have this being a very low scoring game, 19-7 Cowboys.
Yeah, I have this being a really
Hey,
low scoring game as well.
the Cowboys defense is good. The Rams defense is good. The Cowboys offense on paper, best in the league. When they play, so much.
Not the best offense in the league. I have this game being 17-10 Cowboys. In my opinion, I think the Rams have definitely taken a step back, but they still have Jared Goff. They still have Sean McVay. Not Sean McVay. They still have Aaron Donald. They still have Robert Woods. I just don't think that all is going to correlate to a bunch of wins. And I think the Cowboys are a better team than they are.
Steelers Giants. I have the Steelers winning 31-17. James Connors. I think he'll come back to what he did 2 years ago. Perform well. Juju should play really well. I'm not so sure about Saquon this week. The Steelers defense got the league stopping the run, maybe besides the Niners.
Yeah, I think the
But
Steelers took that. Okay. I have this game being I think the biggest blowout of the entire week. I have the Steelers winning 40-15. I have Big Ben coming back, and Big Ben is also another candidate for comeback player of the year. I'd probably put him second in my opinion. I have him throwing 4 touchdowns at least to Juju, James Washington, James Conner out of the backfield if he plays. And I just don't see the Giants getting anything going. Maybe a touchdown from Saquon Barkley, a couple of Daniel Jones interceptions, and there's your game. Honestly.
last Monday Night Football game, I have the Broncos winning on a game-winning field goal by Brandon McManus, 31-28. Derrick Henry is definitely primed to have a big game without Von Miller there.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I think the Broncos with Justin Simmons, Bradley Chubb, I think Titans, because Ryan Tannehill's not very good. But Derrick Henry's going to go off. I think the Broncos might be able to take a defensive touchdown back or a kickoff return.
Possibly.
But we're going to win.
So I have the Broncos winning as well, 13-20 on a game-winning touchdown. And I think Derrick Henry is going to score both of the Titans' touchdowns, but I think they end up going for 2 at the end of the game and not getting it, and that's what basically ends the game. And then the Broncos come down to score a touchdown, obviously. And then I think, like you said, I could see the Broncos coming up with a defensive touchdown. They have, in my opinion, top 5, maybe top 10 defense in the league. Without Von Miller, it's going to be hard for them to win. But I still have them winning this game because I think the Titans are very stepped back from last year, and I do not even think that they'll make the playoffs this year.
Okay, thanks for watching, guys.
Whew, that was fun.
We'll do this next week as well. Thanks for watching. And
I'm just so excited for football to start.
yeah.
See you guys later.